Yeah. If you ever bought an expensive guitar and realized that it didn't make you a better guitar player, hit that subscribe button. Guys, I'm not gonna do any parodies here, but check this out. This is a really, really cheap guitar. And I was basically skeptical in the beginning because I thought this is gonna be awkward. Donner Guitars, Donner Store, Donner EU, whatever, reached out to me and wondered if I would be willing to do a review of one of their guitars. And I said, of course, I don't mind. This guitar has been provided by Donner, so this video is sponsored by Donner Music Store. I'll put a link in the description below and some fancy discount code so you can save some money if you're interested in this. They basically told me to pick a guitar. I picked this one because I've been actually wanting to have a Sunburst Stratocaster guitar for quite a long time. It reminds me of my first guitar ever, which I sold. Anyways, this reminds me of my first guitar, which was a Squier Stratocaster. It wasn't a great guitar, so I didn't keep it. But this one, I might just as well keep. And I'm gonna plug it in a few moments. But first, let's go over what you actually get in this package. Now, this package is really cheap. It costs this much right now on the European store. And what you get in the package is quite incredible. Now, beware, I haven't actually plugged this in yet. I've basically just been touching it, you know. But I'm gonna play it in a minute. But let's see what you get in the package. The first thing I saw was that I actually got this Donner practice amplifier, which is a battery powered amplifier. It actually came with batteries. Incredible. Oh, it's rechargeable. And has this switch on the back, which you can just turn on. And it has a headphone and auxiliary input. And it's basically just a really, really simple amp with gain, treble, middle, bass and master controls and a crunch and clean switch with one guitar input. I've just been trying this for a few minutes with one of my other guitars. And this is a simple practice amp. It's nothing extremely fancy. The crunch metal tone basically isn't really there. It has crunch, but it doesn't have tight distortion. But you can't really expect that for a practice amp that's basically free. But I was kind of impressed by the clean tones of this one. I wouldn't mind bringing this to a vacation or somewhere where I can't bring my other fancy equipment. So that's nice. Also in the bag comes this. This is a lot of stuff. I haven't even unpacked it yet. First, instrument cable. Now, usually cables that come with cheap guitars or guitar packages are garbage. So I'm interested to see what this is. Feels pretty solid. Well, the only way to tell if a cable is good is to actually use it for a while, and you'll quickly see if it breaks or not. But this seems to be pretty sturdy, I think. There's a strap. It's quite a simple nylon guitar strap with actually a metal buckle. That's not bad. I'm gonna put this on the guitar in a moment. This leather or leather-like material on the ends on really cheap guitar straps, like one that I bought for $50 on eBay. They really feel cheap and you can tell almost immediately that they're going to break. I wouldn't think that this is going to break anytime soon. It's not the prettiest, but this is absolutely going to work. And the strap is nice and wide as well, which is a good thing. There's actually a set of strings, I think. Doesn't say the string gauge, but I would guess it's something like the 9 to 42 or something, some light strings. There's actually a capo. This actually feels solid. I don't use a capo, so I wouldn't know. I don't have a lot of experience with capos, but feels solid, I guess. The kind of content that comes with this package is just it kind of blows my mind considering the price, because this guitar, I would think that this guitar would kind of be the most part of the price of the package, if you know what I mean. But there's just so much stuff in this package, and it seems like it has everything you actually need. It just sounds like a cheap marketing gimmick to say that it has everything you need, but this actually has everything you need. It comes with a tuner. This is kind of a clip-on tuner that you clip on the guitar neck. And there's... oh, guitar picks. Feel kind of... oh, it actually says it's a 0.46 millimeter, 0.71 millimeter, and another 0.46 millimeters. There's the whammy bar. I actually thought this guitar had a fixed bridge. And an Allen wrench. This is probably for adjusting the truss rod on the guitar, and this is kind of amazing that they actually provide this, because I don't think anyone who sells a guitar this cheap thinks that the buyers of the guitar even knows what a truss rod is. And if you don't know what a truss rod is, it's basically the metal rod that goes inside the neck that prevents the neck from bending because of the string pressure, and you can adjust that to adjust the bending of the actual neck. It kind of impacts the string height, or it kind of impacts the height of the strings above the frets. And what you do to adjust it, it's not dangerous, it's not scary. I know there's a lot of people who don't want to do this because they're afraid of breaking the guitar. There is no chance you're going to break your guitar by doing this. But you put the Allen wrench in here, and then you tighten or loosen according to what you need to do. But if you're going to adjust your truss rod, just Google it, and it's going to tell you everything you need about adjusting it. So I guess it's time to plug this in and see what it can do. Now, after just some random chugging, I must say that I am pretty amazed by this guitar. And this is not just something I'm saying, this is what I actually think. If you handed me this guitar and told me that it was twice the price, I would actually believe you. Now, I have come across quite a lot of crappy guitars in my early years of guitar teaching. The guitar school I worked for, they used to sell these off-brand guitars to the new students, saying that they were great beginner guitars and that they were good starting points if you didn't want to spend a lot of money. And those guitars cost more for just the guitar than this thing did for the whole package. The telltale signs of a bad guitar is usually two things. It's bad tuners, that means the guitar just won't stay in tune, and it's uneven frets, or a neck that's bent unevenly. I can't really say that I'm disappointed with the tuners on this guitar, considering the price. They are obviously not top quality tuners, but they are good enough to actually tune the guitar. Now, what happens with really cheap tuners is that they don't allow you to fine adjust the tuning. You turn and you turn, nothing happens, and then just boom, the note just goes way above what you were aiming for, and then you have to loosen the tuner again, and then boom, it drops way below, and you can never seem to find that sweet spot. I didn't have any problems tuning this guitar, but it wasn't as smooth as obviously on my most expensive guitars. Now, sound-wise, I think this guitar is good. I've always been the firm believer that the amplifier is kind of what shapes the sound. It's not as much the actual guitar that shapes the sound, as long as you have a humbucker pickup. As long as you have a humbucker and you have a good amplifier, then you can do basically whatever you want. Of course, the small details are in the types of pickups, types of humbuckers, active versus passive and all that stuff. But you don't really need to think about that. I can tell that these pickups are a little bit noisy, but I wouldn't expect anything else for the price. And when it comes to the tone, it's just, I like it. It chugs. It chugs nicely. You will absolutely not see me shred on this guitar because I am not a shredder. I don't really play solos. My deal is songwriting and rhythm guitar playing, and when I'm just playing solos, it just sounds stupid on its own. But I'm gonna show you how this guitar kind of does in a real mix. I'm gonna create a small song with a few riffs, and you're gonna hear how this guitar sounds. So I hope you enjoy this song, and remember to check out Donner Guitars. If you want to buy something like this, check out the discount code on the link in the description below, and good luck with your new guitar.